Hello and welcome to Outside Xbox. You're watching Show of the Week. I'm Andy.
And I'm Mike. This week I quit my job to become a professional player of Gwent, the spin-off card game from The Witcher 3.
Gwent is a game about armies clashing, where the players are commanders and the cards are their forces.
So why are you back here then?
It turns out I'm terrible at Gwent. Can I have my old job back?
Are you not wearing shoes? Did you lose your shoes?
I thought I had a royal flush.
Yeah, I'm starting to see what the problem was. I suppose after all that you wanted to get even?
Get even what?
No, just get even.
Even more good at Gwent.
No, look, just say get even.
Get even?
Get Even, the new reality-bending thriller from painkiller developer The Farm 51 and publisher Bandai Namco.
Ah, Mr. Black. Please, apologies for the theatrics. It's all part of the treatment.
Treatment.
In Get Even, you play as the improbably named Cole Black, an amnesiac inmate in a dilapidated asylum with no knowledge of who he is or what he's done. And so you set out trying to piece together Cole's life by entering fragments of his memories, reliving them as you learn more about what brought Cole to the asylum in the first place.
Something feels off.
Yes, you appear to be experiencing
A slight temporal anomaly. You're remembering events in the wrong order. It's just your mind trying to make sense of it all.
Nice place. While it's not explicitly a horror game, Get Even does a great job of creating an unsettling atmosphere as you explore the crumbling corridors of the asylum. A lot of this is down to the sound design and the soundtrack, both of which work together to create a profound sense of unease when coupled with the fact that you can't always trust what you're seeing. At first glance, Get Even looks like a first-person shooter, and there are sections that can be played that way, but this is a game that's interested in what you do when given a firearm and will change itself accordingly. Moral dilemmas pop up as you play. Do you shoot this inmate or leave them be? Do you free this guy or keep him locked up? And your choices will have consequences further down the line. Or, immediately, sometimes. There are also puzzles to solve as you move through the game, some of them using different puzzle-solving apps on your phone, and some of which make use of an interesting bit of kit known as the corner gun. While it's really nothing more than a hinge, the corner gun allows you to shoot at 90-degree angles, around corners or over cover, which proves handy both in combat and in solving puzzles when a switch or lock seems inaccessible. Get Even has existed in some form for 3 years now, and a shift in release date has moved it back again until the 23rd of June, but it's definitely piqued our interest as a slightly more cerebral and creepy take on the first-person shooter. And yes, we've checked, and Cole Black is not voiced by Sean Bean, which is probably for the best if you're hoping to survive till the end of the game.
What's going on? Hello? Anyone there? Hey!
So it's set in this asylum, but maybe it isn't, because nothing's quite as it seems to be.
What?
Yeah, I hate it when it's like that, when reality isn't quite as it seems.
You said it, giant talking hamburger.
What?
What?
In everyday life, we expect reality to play by certain rules. In video games, on the other hand, being mistaken for a chatty meat patty wouldn't even rank in your top 5 moments when normality went on holiday. Whether it's thanks to mind-altering toxins, radioactive phenomena, or a good old-fashioned haunting, here are 5 times reality wasn't entirely what it seemed.
You've ingested enough toxins to drive 10 men insane!
Scarecrow is a thorn in Batman's side throughout the first Batman Arkham game, menacing him in giant nightmare form.
One little bat, you're in my world now!
Convincing him that Commissioner Gordon has been killed and taunting Bruce with, surprise, visions of his dead parents.
Father.
You should have stood up to him, son.
Yeah, real original, Scarecrow. We will admit, though, to being duped by Scarecrow's final trick, in which the entire game appeared to crash and kick you back to the opening sequence. If they'd wanted to spare my sanity, they could have made their fake crash look a little less like the symptoms of the Red Ring of Death. I was already on my 3rd Xbox 360 by that point. The opening sequence plays again, but reality seems suspiciously off, with subtle changes like a modified bat signal, a tweaked Arkham Asylum sign, and the fact that the Joker is hooning the Batmobile around like he's applying for Ken Block's job. There's even a fake-out death screen where the game advises using the middle stick to avoid Joker's bullet. I'll get you, Joker, just as soon as my 4th Xbox 360 comes back from Microsoft technical support.
Pickle, pickle! Oh! Yipes! Gravity's taken a holiday and lost its luggage.
That's not what I'm about to lose. I think I'm gonna throw up.
Throw down.
Whatever.
As kitsch roadside attractions go, Sam & Max's mystery Vortex is definitely worth a 1 to 2 hour detour from the route of your current road trip. Just make sure you had your bathroom stop beforehand, because the outhouse here is currently hovering a good 12 feet off the ground.
Who knows what makes these inanimate objects dance their infernal jitterbug?
Get inside the mystery vortex and there's all sorts of weirdness, including Salvador Dali melting clocks and MC Escher staircases. And before you ask, no, MC Escher has never dropped a Fire album, you Philistine. Read a book. It turns out all the reality-bending weirdness in the mystery vortex is controlled by a series of powerful magnets buried deep within the Earth's core. This place is probably one to skip if you've got a pacemaker, fillings in your teeth, or even just credit cards in your pocket.
Sam, this place is making my head ping.
That's probably just the metal plate in your head.
Maybe time to get back on the road, hey?
Save me from them. Please. Harry?
The spooky, isolated town of Silent Hill is weird and confusing enough without the addition of Nowhere, a twisted version of reality to which Harry travels towards the end of the game. This alternate world combines elements from the school and hospital from Silent Hill, but rearranged to ensure that any prior knowledge of the layout is now completely useless. What's more, the in-game map you've been relying on throughout the game no longer functions. I don't suppose they've sent the Google Street View car up to Silent Hill yet, have they? It turns out Nowhere is actually a manifestation of creepy horror girl Alessa Gillespie's memories of the town from her horrible, tortured childhood.
This is the end of your little game. Mama?
Just think, if her mother Dahlia Gillespie hadn't been a deranged, abusive member of cult The Order, this could have been a manifestation of ice cream parlours and fun fairs. I mean, like, non-creepy fun fairs. The underground tunnels in the world of Metro contain all sorts of strangeness, but reality doesn't properly pack its bags and head off on a 2-week vacation until you reach the River of Fate in Metro 2033's sequel, Metro Last Light. Travelling through this deeply weird spur off the Metro network will take you not just back in time to when Artyom launched the missiles from the top of Ostankino Tower at the end of the first game, it also takes you forward in time to the train crash in the final level of the game you're actually playing. How about a spoiler alert game? Surprisingly, this is one of the few areas in Metro Last Light where you're not in danger of being murdered by horrifying mutants or hostile factions, though you will end up getting watched by creepy skeletons. Is it still called eyeballing someone if they have no eyeballs? Either way, bruh.
This one seems to be alive. What a lucky guy.
In the Stalker games, you venture into the Chernobyl exclusion zone, the highly radioactive area surrounding the Ukrainian nuclear power plant that went into meltdown in 1986. In the fiction of Stalker, though, a second disaster occurred in 2006 that really cranked up the weirdness. Nature has reclaimed the exclusion zone, and it's full of horribly mutated creatures that eat unwary wanderers. Somehow, that's not even the really strange thing. The really strange thing is the anomalies littering the landscape. With a variety of colourful names like Springboard, Whirligig and Fruit Punch, these anomalies are localised spots where the normal rules of reality don't apply. In practical terms, that means you might accidentally stagger into a wobbly, distorted bit of space and be launched into the sky, roasted alive, or melted into goo. Invest in a detector, however, and you can spot these anomalies before they tear you limb from limb. Then you can rest easy knowing that you're only being gradually killed by the massive doses of background radiation. Much better.
Now it's time to see what's written in the comments and what's being removed from Mario Kart 8 for being offensive.
If you think that's bad, you should see what I do when someone overtakes me.
Is it cry?
Yes.
Okay, first up this week, your comments on last week's show all about Injustice 2 and the weak sauce heroes who for some reason think they can step to Superman.
Let's be honest, Superman is the most OP superhero ever. He's basically just a combined list of other individual superheroes' best powers neatly contained in a skin-tight blue onesie. That's why it's super bad news that he's still a raging bad guy in Injustice 2.
There's a lot of shock and outrage in the comments, if I'm honest, including this from Winhu Vin, who says, "Speaking of Injustice, how is Deadshot on this list and yet somehow Green Arrow is not?"
Well, obviously, Green Arrow is as good as Superman. I mean, he's got a bow.
And arrows.
Right, arrows.
And that beard.
Also good. That is a good property of a superhero.
Similarly enraged is commenter Kale Salmond, who shouts, "I can't believe you, Andy. First you make fun of Captain Cold, then one of my fave comic book characters of all time, Deadshot. Have some respect, man."
Yeah, you want to be more careful talking smack about Deadshot. Jeez.
Hey, it was Andy, not me.
Right, and commenter DeFave15 wants to know, is Captain Cold really a petty thief in a winter coat, or is he actually a winter thief in a petticoat?
Can't he be both?
I don't see why not.
Don't give me your sob story. What you gonna do about it, chum?
In that case, let's move on to the comments on this video about the new things you can do in Destiny 2.
The Destiny sequel promises gameplay tweaks and pumped up storytelling, but also there's a whole bunch of entirely new stuff to do.
Someone told me you need a ride.
Have a watch of the new things we're itching to try out when the game arrives in September.
Hopeful commenter, a disciple of Ringo Starr, says, I really hope one of those 7 things is have fun.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it on the list.
Right, it says it there, right there.
That says grind.
No, same thing.
You're so MMO.
You are.
Destiny 2 further switches up its player versus player offering by making all of its multiplayer modes in the Crucible strictly 4 players versus 4 players, resulting, we expect, in matches as intense and personal as talking to your crush, but with more explosions.
Jordan Best, meanwhile, says, wait, there weren't supposed to be explosions when I was talking to my crush? I knew I was doing something wrong.
I don't know, sounds pretty romantic to me.
Not at all surprising.
And commenter PebsTC thinks that the new Hunter subclass should have been called Pole Dancer.
I can think of several reasons why it shouldn't.
In which case, let's move on to the comments on this video in which we answered some of your questions to celebrate hitting 2 million subscribers.
Nicholas Cross with the hard-hitting questions. What are your favourite flavours of ice cream?
Oh, excellent question, Nicholas.
Quick fire, don't think about it too hard.
Salted caramel.
Salted caramel.
Who knew that adding salt to caramel would create the greatest flavour sensation?
Why did we ever eat anything that wasn't salted caramel?
Right,
Why did we eat unsalted caramel? Some surprise in the comments, such as this from Michael von Hirschman, who says, I was thinking Mike would have chosen Rocky Road since it's the most car-related.
Salted caramel has the word car in it, caramel.
I see.
Also, they salt the roads in winter, also good.
Right.
And my mechanic is called Mel.
Meanwhile, commenter Z-Force says, I feel bad for making the Max Payne face with you. I don't know why.
Push your chin forward. Now straighten your nose. Narrow your mouth. Lift your cheeks up. Squint your eyes. Arch your eyebrows. And there he is.
Nailed it, I suspect.
It is hard on the eyebrows.
Yeah, and how the heck are you supposed to straighten your nose?
I can see why Max Payne was such a tortured character.
Finally this week, commenter Patrick Harrison writes to say, fan demand, Mike wears his stupidest hat available for the next show of the week.
Nice try, Patrick, but it's not gonna happen.
It's happening right now, isn't it?
No, this is actually my most stylish and cool hat, Jane.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, thought I'd teach that commenter a lesson.
All right, I'm gonna go away from that. I see you later.
Feeling grabbed by a comparison? I don't blame ya.
That's it for Show of the Week. Thanks for watching, but before you go, you know what to do.
Yes.
What? Seriously? We say it at the end of every episode of Show of the Week.
Oh, with you. Well, what is it then?
Press the like button.
What's a like button?
Seriously.
No, I'm just kidding. No, but really, is there kind of button or?
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. What do you think a like button is? Button, like button. What do you think those words mean together?
It's like a button.
Okay, lunch?
Yes, but first, quick game of Gwent. Whoever loses pays.
All right. Gwent.
Gwent. Oh, I'm really bad at Gwent.